when we get back, I'm filing for divorce. And I was like, fuck. Guys, I was coming home on the jet the other day. I was coming home from Tampa, Florida. I was visiting my mentor. And it was a grand time, but that's not really the point of the story. The point of the story was I was coming back on the jet, and I was coming back, and I was sat next to this dude. And there was this dude, he was a jacked fucking guy, man. He probably did steroids. He was a huge guy. And it was me, and then him, and then his kid was in the seat over. And you know, we're about to take off, and I noticed, and I'll admit it, I looked at his phone because he was vigorously texting somebody. He was like very fucking aggressively, and it just, you could tell that there was something, this guy's energy was off. Like, he was pissed off about something, and just something had him rattled, something had him going. And so I'll admit it, like, I looked at his phone. Who hasn't done that before, right? Who hasn't done that before, where you looked at somebody's phone when they're texting somebody, right? Like, we've all fucking done it. So I looked at his phone, and yeah, he's texting somebody, and there's a train coming, so I'm gonna go inside for a second. But I looked at his phone, and he's texting his wife. And while he's texting his wife, they were going back and forth with each other, and they were like really fucking pissed at each other. Like, they were angry. And I can't remember exactly what was said the entire conversation. Like, I'm not gonna admit, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was like a 10-minute conversation. I was just like, kind of just like doing this, like glancing at his phone. And they're texting, and she's like, he was saying, he's like, you've been unhappy for a long time. He's like, all you do is bitch at me. He was texting, all you do is bitch at me, and you complain at me, and everything just like fucking, like, everything's just always so negative with you. And she was like, we were literally on vacation. Like, she's texting it back, right? We were literally on vacation with my mom, and you're making jokes about like getting a divorce and stuff like that, and it was super negative, and you just put my mom down the entire trip. And they're like arguing back and forth over text. And like occasionally, like, he would put his phone down for a second, and he would like lean over to his son and, you know, be like, oh yeah, like, you know, it's all good, it's like all okay. Like, he's acting like it's all okay, right? Like, smiling and being like, oh, look at out there, look at all those planes out there, you know what I mean? It reminded me of my fucking childhood. Like, my dad used to say the same thing. Like, he had no idea like what to do in relationships, and it was always arguing when I was growing up. Like, the divorce was so abusive that me and my brother had to go live in a fucking shelter for a lot of my childhood, actually. But it was always like that. Like, I knew that they were fucking arguing, but he would always be like, oh yeah, look at all those planes out there, and act like everything's okay, like, when it's fucking not, dude. Like, I knew it wasn't okay. And eventually, like, as they're texting, like, he's checking his phone, right? Because, like, she's responding to him, the bubble's popping up on the iPhone, and then he's responding to her, and they're going back and forth, and eventually she just hits him with, when we get back, I'm filing for divorce. And I was like, fuck, that's tough. You know, I saw that, and I was just sitting there just like, little does he know, he's sitting next to the world's #1 dating and relationship coach. Sound like him. But I'm not just gonna like reach over there and be like, hey man, I can help you with this for 3.5K and change your fucking life. He's gonna be like, why the fuck were you looking at my phone, dude? This dude's jacked. He'd probably rip me in fucking half, dude. You know, like, I'm big, but that guy was huge, dude. That guy was like the fucking Hulk. And so I wasn't just gonna be like, hey dude, like, you're being a pussy, like, do this instead. He'd be like, what the fuck, dude? You know what I mean? You can't help someone that doesn't want the help. But it broke my fucking heart, because like, here I am sitting here watching this dude destroy his fucking relationship, and it's like, if I butted in, what is it, like an invasion of privacy? Like, I don't know what that is. Like, it's like, what can I even do in that situation, right? Hey dude, I was watching you argue with your wife over text the entire time. Let me help you. That's either gonna go bad or worse. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna go well, especially with a dude who does fucking roids. He's probably gonna freak the fuck out and rip the plane in half, all you know. Who knows what's gonna happen? But it broke my fucking heart. And that's why I do what I do, is because, you know, it reminded me so much of my childhood, because he ends up leaning over and he looks to his right. And when he looks to his right, I realized that the people across the aisle from me were the mom, the wife of his, so like the grandmother, the wife of his, and then he had a daughter as well. And I was like, fuck. I was like, that's even worse, man. And like, dude, I looked at the wife, and you could just look at her, and you could just tell she was fucking worn down from life. There's the train, by the way, going by. But you could just tell she was worn down. She was worn down from her relationship. She wasn't in a happy relationship. He wasn't in a happy relationship. And it really was fucking sad to see, because it reminded me a lot of my childhood and gave me a great reminder of why I do what I do, because I used to be that child. Like, you think, like, they try to act like everything's okay, and they always love you because they're your children, but the relationship's fucking toxic as fuck. And it's ripping apart, and they're getting divorced, and you know they're gonna get divorced, and the wife's like, I'm filing for a divorce as soon as we get back. I'm sure they get back and they fucking argue because they bottle it up, and they try to act like to their kids that everything's okay, yeah, we don't have any problems, or there's just issues like this in relationship. That's not fucking normal, dude. That's not normal to be arguing like that. Like, you gotta get your shit under fucking control, dude. That's not normal. And society gives you horrible advice, like, yeah, like, that's just normal. No, the fuck it's not, dog. Divorce is not normal. And it's sad that we've made that the norm today, in today's society. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, part of my mission, my personal selfish mission in life, is that I want to actually give back. So it's actually a selfish, selfless mission to please me, but also to help other people, is just to lower the divorce rate by 1% worldwide throughout my lifetime. If I can do that, then I can die a happy man. I'll die and be like, you know what? I did everything I could. I left a great impact on this planet. I did all that I could, because I hate to see that. Like, I knew exactly what that's like, to go through that, where it's like your dad or your mom has a revolving door of men or women, new stepmoms, new stepdads coming into your life. And it's like, if that dude just understood relationships, he understood natural attraction and how to handle relationships, those children would grow up differently. Those children would grow up happier with less trauma. Their relationship would be happier. They would have more fucking sex. The wife would look hotter. She looks fat as shit and unhappy because she probably ate her feelings away, because she doesn't have a man in her life that knows how to handle the relationships. And that's fucking sad to me. That's why it's so important for you to do your part as well. You need to learn natural attraction as well. You need to learn how to handle relationships, because if you don't, not only are you gonna be unhappy, but then you're gonna marry a woman that you're not happy with, who you know you fucking settled for, and then you're gonna have children who you probably love because they're your children, but they don't grow up happy. They don't grow up in a happy, healthy home, and then they do the same thing with their children and the children after that and beyond, and you won't even be alive to see the rest of it, but you know what's gonna happen. That's why I do what I do. And natural attraction can be many things. Like, it could be actually knowing how to build her interest and keep her interest. It could be having the confidence to know exactly what to do. Look at my eyes, man. They're fucking so blue today. It's insane. It can be standards. I cut off a dude this morning, last Thanksgiving, and I should have done this way sooner, but last Thanksgiving, this dude blew up on me because I couldn't, like, I was like, hey man, like, I got a divorced family. I got 2 Thanksgivings to do, plus a third with my grandparents. I got, like, around the holidays, dude, I have like ×3 of the holidays, because like divorce, and then you got double the family, which means double the grandparents, which means double the, you know, Christmases and whatever. And, you know, I was like, dude, I'm busy on Thanksgiving. This is the day that I'm available. If you can't hang, you can't hang. If you can't hang out, whatever. And the dude, like, freaks out on me. And he's like, I haven't seen you in a couple months because I moved. It wasn't my decision to move. You fucking moved, bro. Whatever, dude. This is the day I'm available. And he starts freaking out. And he's like, no, this is the dude. This is the day. And, like, I never get to see you. And just starts freaking out. And I was just like, do I need this in my life? Like, is this the person that I want to have in my life? Yes or no? And I was like, you know, not really. And then I just ignored him. I stopped talking to him. And then a few months go by and he's like, hey man, I know we haven't talked, but I need some money. I'm stuck at the airport. I need some money for a plane ticket. I didn't respond to him. I was like, fuck it. And then he sends me like a huge paragraph, like last week when I was in Canada after Tampa. I've been traveling a lot, dude. I went to Spain, Tampa, fucking Canada in like a span of like 2 weeks. So I've been to like 3 different countries in the last 30 days, which is fucking awesome, by the way. That's what I dreamed for. But he sends me this text when I'm in fucking Canada or whatever. And You know, it's like a big paragraph. Oh yeah, dude, we haven't talked and our relationship's fake. Like acting like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And so I shot him a text this morning. I was like, hey man, yeah, our relationship's faded. This is your fault. You freaked out on me. I don't want you in my life, man. So I have edited this relationship and I wish you the best of luck. And dude, I'm grateful for everything that you've taught me so far and done for me. He didn't really do anything. It really didn't teach me much, but you know, want to end it on like a cool note, just being like, yeah, you know, like I'm grateful for everything you've done. Sure. But hey, I wish you the best of luck. Boom. That's all you got to do. Sometimes it's standards. So I wanted to share that story with you guys because it's so important that you guys master this. So not only you guys are happy, because a lot of you guys are living lives of quiet desperation, but I don't want to see this passed down to your children and then your future children and so on after that. And so if you're interested in getting mentored by me in my high-level mentorship program so you can actually master natural attraction and learn this, then there's a call link in the description below. You can book in a call with me or my team. We can hop on a call and see if you're a solid fit for what I do. If still, maybe you're new, maybe you haven't realized that this is a big deal yet, whatever the case is, you can always follow me on Instagram as well and message me there. I get back to pretty much everybody that I possibly can. We get a ton of messages, so if you do come from this video, tell me that you came from this video so I can actually make you a priority. So on that note, I'm Selna Kim, America's face of dating. I'll see you next time.